All right, so we're joined by our friends at Hinds Community College, my man Donnie Epting, along with some other friends. So we're glad to have you guys today. We are got a room full here with us of seniors at Velma Jackson High School. We're also joined right now live by Kathy Evans at Ridgeland High School. We're recording this for all of our friends at Madison Central High School, Germantown High School, Ridgeland High School, Velma Jackson High School, and the Academic Options Center. So thank you guys for joining us. I'll let you guys jump right into it. Tell us all about what Hinds at your multiple campuses have to offer to our kids getting ready to graduate.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Donnie Epting. I'm a recruiter and HBC liaison at Hinds Community College. My home office mostly is at our Utica campus, which is an HBCU. And we are very excited to speak to you all today about all the wonderful things that we have to offer to you all here at Hinds Community College. And I've got a couple of teammates of mine who I will tag in and let them introduce themselves.
Hey, I'm Martha Ann Townsend, and I am located here on the Raymond campus here at Hinds Community College. I'm a recruiter first and foremost, but I'm also our scholarship coordinator, and I also help out with our student ambassador group, Hinds Connection.
Cool.
And hey everybody, I'm Amanda Bradley. I am a recruiter and project manager, and I've been the nursing recruiter as well. My main office is here on the Raymond campus, but I do tend to travel between the nursing allied campus in Jackson and the Raymond campus quite often.
Cool. Did you guys have the presentation?
No, we were going to just do kind of a general overview of what we have.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. Well, the first thing I did really want to start with is the scholarships, because you have great ACT scholarships that can be stacked. And you guys, what I really want to let our young people know that are watching this live or watching this later is that we have a lot of kids don't take the ACT seriously because they say, I'm not going to college. But what they need to understand is that your scholarships that you offer at Hinds are not just for the academic programs. They are also for the career technical programs, which you guys handle as well. So if they want to do the one or two year certificate programs, they could do that with those ACT scholarships.
That is correct. We have a wonderful ACT scholarship package, a 3-tier package for students, as long as they have a composite or a score of at least 20 on their ACT. They can net anywhere from between $4,000 up to $12,000, and those amounts are equally divided over 4 semesters. So in essence, a student with a score of 20 to 23 would get $1,000 per semester. 24 to 27, $1,500 per semester, and a student hits that 28 and above, that's $3,000 per semester, and that can take care of a lot of the tuition and fees that we have here at Hinds Community College. Like I said, we use the super score, not just the composite score. So in years past, we've seen students who maybe were not able to get that score, not qualify for the score, or actually go from one tier to the next.
And then also, what are, a big thing that I harp on, and I know everybody talks about this, but kids seem to not realize it. What are the deadlines? Because I know the scholarships have a strict deadline, as well as the housing, because we have students now that were admitted to Hinds. They received some scholarship and they're there taking classes, but they were not able to get dorm rooms. So talk about that, because I think that is imperative, because this is something you cannot wait till the last minute on.
So our housing application, students are looking to stay in our residence halls and be that one step closer to their classes. It's going to open up on March 5th. So please take note of that date. Our rooms fill up very quickly. March 5th. We'll open up our residence hall applications. We have residence halls at 2 of our locations, Raymond and Utica.
And as far as ACT deadlines, really just that first day of classes is when we need those ACT scores by.
Okay.
Yeah, and for our foundation scholarship, it's going to be February 15th, the spring semester before they start. So it's going to be February 15th every year without fail, but it's the spring semester before, so they kind of have to plan ahead for that at least.
So that deadline for the Hinds Foundation scholarships would be February 15th.
Correct.
Okay. And the housing application opens on March 5th. So just so we're getting the correct dates there for everybody to see, so they can't say nobody ever told me that. Awesome. Now, a couple other things I really wanted to talk about, because Hinds offers just so much. It's just amazing, all the different things. And there's some things that Hinds offers that you really cannot find anywhere else, like the cool airport out there and everything. But one thing a lot of kids don't understand is that community colleges like Hinds, the goal of Hinds, if you're on the academic associate's route, for the most part, is you want these kids to go to a four-year university when they leave you. And I think a lot of kids don't understand that, because they're like, if I go to community college, I can't go to Mississippi State. I can't go to Jackson State, which is 100% false, because you guys have great partnerships with those universities. I know they call it the 2+2 program, where, you'll do your first 2 years at Hinds in a different environment, save yourself a lot of money, be closer to home. Then you can transfer to that university and get that degree.
Well, we have two different pathways. You have your academic pathway, and then you have your career tech pathway. And the academic pathway is truly designed for students to do their first 2 years at a community college, at Hinds, hopefully, and then transfer, like you were saying, to a four-year institution to obtain a bachelor's degree. But then the career tech, on that side, some professions, some jobs don't require a student to have a bachelor's degree. They really only need 1 to 2 years of a certain skill set to actually be able to get out into the working world. And so with our articulation agreement with the public and private universities in the state of Mississippi, we have over 495 academic courses that are guaranteed to transfer. And so essentially what that means is if a student's taking a college algebra as a dual credit course, or they take a college algebra when they come in their freshman or sophomore year here at Hinds, it's going to be the same college algebra that they can take, or they would have taken, that's going to count as a credit at a four-year university.
Might as well come to Hinds and save a little money.
Yeah.
You have to take the same classes at Hinds for 2 years that you would take at the 4 years. So
Yep.
get a little money in your pocket. That's the benefit of that.
And I think that's the one thing that students really don't understand, or it just doesn't click, is that the first 2 years, no matter where you go, they're all going to be general classes. English comm, college algebra, humanities, fine arts elective, public speaking, a lot of those classes that are already offered to y'all as dual credit students. But you take them obviously once you graduated high school, and then they're guaranteed to transfer in the state of Mississippi. And then we can even start talking about transfer scholarship money to keep you in the state of Mississippi. And for PTK, for Phi Theta Kappa transfer scholarship money, you can't use that at a 2-year institution.
Right.
But you use it when you transfer. It's designed to assist students to transfer, and we're talking thousands of dollars, depending on your program of study.
And we've all seen students that have gone to Jackson State or University of Mississippi or Mississippi State University at a very, greatly discounted rate. And some of them have paid nothing to go to their four-year college. So definitely some benefits to attending Hinds first for those 2 years.
Yeah, we had an alumni here at Velma Jackson that went to Hinds and Raymond, got the Phi Theta Kappa, used it to go to Tougaloo, and now is getting ready to go to law school. So there are tons of events, because he saved a ton of money and going to a private university that is at even higher tuition, and use that PTK scholarship to really take care of most of that.
Well, and you consider, if you give your freshman year to a four-year university, it's such a larger institution than a community college. Here, our student-teacher ratio is going to be 17-1. So it might be a little bit smaller than some of the classes that they're in already. Because a lot of the times, especially with our Madison County schools, public schools, you're in classes with 20+ students sometimes. And so honest to goodness, the fact that you get a smaller class size means that you can have a better relationship with your instructor. And typically, once you are able to create those relationships and open those doors and network, they're going to assist you with whatever you may need.
Now, before we get more on the academic side, I do really want to focus on the career technical side, because we do have a lot of kids at all of our schools that are kind of on the fence about, I don't know if I want to do the four-year college thing. So they kind of shy away from the community college route because they think it's only academic. But what are some, I know all three of your campuses have some amazing career technical programs, and a lot of these industries are just looking for somebody with a 1-year certificate or a 2-year certificate. Well, you can make really good money. I know even in the allied health, people are like, I'm not going to be a nurse. There are allied health professions where you can go 1 to 2 years, get your certification, start working in the medical field. I know Utica, you just built the new H.H. Davis building, and then also in Raymond there, you have the career tech building where you're dealing with some of the state-of-the-art technology, and they're moving into these tech fields in just 1 or 2 years. So, what are some of the of your more popular programs, and why should they really look into that if they're on the kind of on the fence about the 4-year college thing?
All right, I'll start off with, you mentioned H.H. Davis and GP, cosmetology. In Hinds, cosmetology is at our Utica campus. It is one of our most popular programs, at the Utica campus. And I tell students, hey, if you are interested in cosmetology, apply early, register early so that you can secure your spot. I mean, you mentioned our aviation earlier out here at our Raymond campus. We have a nice agreement with Delta State for students who maybe want to continue on to receive, that further education. Yeah, the commercial. So welding is another one. That's at multiple locations that is very hot right now.
It's on 5 of our campuses.
You're right.
And all of our campuses, except Utica, offer have a daytime and nighttime program.
Wow. Wow.
And we have things like electronics technology, electrical technology. If you want to do automotive machinist or even automotive technology, of course, we touched on the aviation, but then we have construction programs, HVAC, plumbing and construction, carpentry.
Yes.
We also do diesel mechanic.
I was just gonna say that.
And so many students, younger people want to drive trucks.
Yes.
Well, we have a partnership with KLM for your truck and bus driving. But you have to be 21, and I think that's one big thing that students don't understand is that you have to be 21 for that program. But don't let that deter you, because we have a diesel mechanic program, and you can come in, it's a 16-month program, 12 or 16-month program. They start every 8 weeks. You can learn how to work on the trucks, right? While we're kind of having a little bit of time to get a little older, and then we can go through KLM and learn to drive the truck, so you're multifaceted, you're more marketable, and ultimately you make more money. And then, of course, you mentioned allied health. So many options medical wise. 1 semester programs, ENT. You want to become an ENT, or you want to get your CNA and certificate of providing. Those are 1 semester programs. Of course, we have practical nursing, which is eligible to students straight out of high school. So career tech is going to be 1 semester to 2 years of classes that are necessary skills that you must have to work in that field. You don't have to take general academic classes.
Yep.
And that's the point of it. If math's not your thing, then that's perfectly fine. You probably don't even have to take a math course through a career tech program. Unless
you're, seeking your
associate's
science degree after finishing up with the career and technical courses. But no, like Amanda said, that's not your cup of tea. If that's not your flavor, then you don't need to do that. And you can still come out with certifications and go and be very successful in the job and profession of your choice.
Yeah, and a lot of these companies have partnerships where they're hiring graduates at 19 years old with a 1-year certification, and they're able to still go to school part-time while they're working in the field. So, if people, that's what I really want these kids to understand, is that it's not a dire financial commitment, and you can start working at 19, 20 years old and really make use of these great programs. And that starts with taking the ACT seriously now, because that can get you scholarship money when even if you're not doing the academic route.
I think that's a big thing with ACT. And with Super Score these days, it's such a great thing, and it's to the student's interest to take the ACT as many times as possible. Please don't come through that screen at me, but it is in y'all's best interest to take it as many times as possible, because you can work on each individual section. And I know with Hinds, if you don't score high in that section and you score higher on another test, we're just going to take your high score. We're not looking to condemn you for making a bad score. And the ACT is big, it's intimidating, it's overwhelming. And just going in the first time, don't base your score that first time and that's how you're going to do. You have to know what you're getting yourself into. You do have certain time limits between each ACT that you can take. So the earlier you start taking it and the more you take it, the better opportunity you have.
I couldn't agree more, and I know they get sick of us reviewing it, but all the students in Madison County schools get to take it for free during school, and I'm like, where was that when I needed it in high school? So it's really important that all of our kids understand to take that seriously, because it's not a measure of how smart you are. It really is measuring, the way that we always say it is, it's a money test. So it really can save you thousands of dollars, especially for those that are worried about paying for college. It can really make a huge difference, and it can qualify you for grants, which you could stack with the scholarships you get at Hinds.
And I want to mention something to GP, as far as ACT goes, and to the students, we're open door. We accept students as far as our admissions policy, with whatever GPA you have, whatever ACT you have. And if you're, not quite liking the ACT score that you have, we actually offer an alternative placement test called the AccuPlace, because how we place our students in their classes does depend on their scores that they have. But the AccuPlace is not as intense as the ACT, does have, some of the same sections. But if a student is like, hey, you know what, I want to take this alternative test and see if I can place out of, my intermediate reading and go right to English Comp 1. So we do offer that as an option as well.
Now before, I'll go ahead, Donnie. Now I know we have students at all of your campuses, and I know they each offer different things. But before I get to the students' questions, I would really like to hear what all the different campuses have to offer, because even though the programs are offered across your umbrella, each campus has kind of its own identity and own personality. And I think it's important for the kids to decide which one is best for them, because it really could be a matter of how they fit into the culture of the campus. So I know we have students at Raymond and we have students at Utica, and they both have great things to say about both of them. And I've had friends go to the Allied Health, and they've been very happy with those programs. So just talk about what the different campuses have to offer, because it really is something really unique.
Well, I mean, how about we start with Nursing Allied, because that's really one campus that is very specific. And that's the Nursing Allied Health Center in Jackson. Of course, you're gonna have nursing programs like your associate degree nursing, which is your RN program. You've got practical nursing, which is your LPN, and we have a handful of allied health programs. Radiologic technology, if you'd like to become an X-ray tech. And we actually have the only accredited sonography program in the state of Mississippi. So if you want to, yeah, and we're 12th in the nation as sonography programs go. I mean, just to plug another little one for you.
Wow.
And then we have like EMT basic, paramedic. If you want to come back and get your RN because you're a paramedic and an LPN or respiratory therapist, we offer that program as well. We have respiratory therapy, surgical technology, a lot of allied health programs, physical therapy assistant. Now, we do offer nursing, the ADN and LPN program on our Rankin campus as well. And then we also do practical nursing in Vicksburg. But that's going to be where our allied health nursing programs are going to be offered. I know in Vicksburg, there's a handful of other programs like your early childhood, your electrical, some career tech programs. And Raven, that's, I mean, being our main campus, we have so many career tech programs, any academic transfer path you'd like to take. Do you want to talk a little bit about the Raymond career tech programs?
Yeah, so a lot of the times with our Raymond career tech programs, they fill up rather quickly too. They're very popular just because we do have the dormitories where, students can live. And I know that a lot of students may not know this as well, but career technical fields, especially on the Raymond campus, like with automotive, welding, carpentry, they tend to be male-dominated fields. But we find that women they're pushing their way in. And they are.
You're no.
And so it's all that to say, I don't want students to feel intimidated by maybe wanting to choose a carpentry field, or welding, or because there's grants in that as well.
Right.
And so, but also we have some really big partnerships with like Hunter Engineering, Nissan, Continental, and you're talking about like 19-year-olds going out and getting started working. And we see that a lot, and that's what those programs are designed to do.
Our Vicksburg campus has the maritime program that they're offering. We've got the film and video over there with Mr. Quan.
Mechatronics.
Wow.
Mechatronics is a huge
Plumbing.
Plumbing is another huge one there.
Yeah,
At the Jackson campus, they got the restaurant, the culinary, the hospitality. Right, there you go. So and in addition to our Utica campus with cosmetology and radio and television production and broadcast technology. I'm sorry, let me back up, because Mr. Crystal, I can see him right behind me saying, his F team, please say award-winning radio and television production and broadcast technology program. Those students have taken home some awards the last 2 years with the Mississippi Association of Broadcasting, and they've gone up against four-year schools and have taken home awards. So those
Yeah.
are just some programs that we do have available at our multiple locations. I like to say we have a little something for everybody. I don't like to see when young folks, especially students coming out of high school, say, well, there's nothing, for me to do. There's a whole lot for you to do. We have a lot of opportunities available for you all at Hinds Community College, and we just want you to get involved in something in one of our programs, where we can help you find your niche and take that next step in your educational journey.
And one of the
Yeah,
best,
and then
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
But one of the best places students can go to see a full list of all of our career tech and academic programs is going to be on our website. And then they'll actually click on our programs of study and then click pathways. We've done our best to divide all of our programs into 8 different pathways, just to kind of assist students or any prospective student of any age and say, okay, I think I may like something in agriculture, manufacturing, transportation, and construction. Well, then check out our ACMT pathway. You can see we have things like aviation. We have things like diesel mechanic. We have things like automotive. And then once you click on those, you can actually see what campuses they're offered on.
Yeah, we got a class of flying. I think that is like.
We do. And the fun thing is that I believe that's a 1 semester course at our airport, and it's part of the aviation technology program to allow a student to get their private pilot's license, and then a student can transfer to DSU and get their last 2 years and the correct number of hours that they need to fly for a major commercial airline.
Yeah, and that airport is pretty cool. I've actually been by it a couple of times. That's a really cool place to say you're going to class. But one thing I was going to hit on real quick is that also the campuses also have student organizations. Obviously, at the community college level, you're not going to have the Greek life, but there are student organizations for all these academics and social activities to help with your scholarships, like PTK, and also to help with your networking. Because I know my good friend Miss Stephanie Birch down there in Utica has her STEM program with a partnership with NASA. So that's because they're part of these student organizations now. So all the campuses really can offer that full college experience, even on the community college level.
Most definitely. And, one of my former colleagues would say, she likes to debunk the myths about Hinds and community college being a 13th grade. That is farthest from the truth. I mean, yes, we may not be as big as your 4-year institutions, but there's plenty to do at all of our locations, plenty of organizations and clubs to join, plenty of activities. I'll speak to the Utica campus. We've got Mr. and Miss Utica, and our Mr. Utica this year is none other than Velma Jackson High School's own Casey Jones. So
That's correct.
So, there's plenty of ways for students to get involved. Student Government Association. I like to tell students, look, if you're one of those students that always wants to see change and you want to be the voice of the student body, SGA is the home for you. We mentioned our PTK. We have our choir and band and our different music programs that we have to offer. But yes, our linen players. And as you said, GP, getting out and networking. We have those different organizations available and those clubs available for students so that they can get to know people who have similar interests in themselves. And I like to tell students, hey, have a complex routine. Not just wake up, go to class, go study, go to cab, go to bed, wake up, repeat. Nah, get some extra, some extra spice in your day. Make it a little sauce.
Exactly. But I mean, all of our campuses have PTK. Most of our campuses have SGA. And then we've got esports clubs, we have bass fishing clubs.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have intramurals, if you're not like me and privy to being on an actual athletic team, but you still enjoy to compete, you can play intramurals. I'm just, to be quite honest. But there are a lot of different ways to get involved on all of our campuses.
All right. Well, I do have a few questions from the students, and these are all seniors. This first one is Tashanti Levy. She's a member of our great band here at Velma Jackson. So I think she ought to look into the band there at Hinds. But she's asking, what would be the requirements for the Hinds Foundation Scholarship? And she would also like to know more about what do you offer biology majors at all of your campuses?
Yeah, so to touch on the foundation scholarship, that is, as far as requirements, we really like students to at least have a 2.5 GPA because that is one of the basic requirements to keep the scholarship. But we have over 400 scholarships that we award each year through the foundation. So It's really based, it's on a matching basis, so each scholarship has different criteria. So there's not really anything to say, requirements per se, so she could match the one, just based off of going to Belma Jackson. That's as simple as it is. The application, we don't know when it's gonna open, it'll be sometime in October, we're just trying to get through our initial recruiting season here in September. And we're coming up, but it should open up around October, and then the deadline's obviously February 15th. You do
Okay.
have to have 2 letters of recommendation from a teacher, coach, mentor, just someone not directly related to you. And then you do have to have an official resume. So if y'all don't have a resume writing class or something y'all do, you can always use a template from Word. Just list your accomplishments, work experience, volunteer, whatever you want to put on there that is going to give the best representation of who you are as a student. Because we don't get to meet you personally before we award. So we have what you write down in your application and what you turn in through your resume and letter of recommendation.
And I'll speak to the biology piece. So we'll have some science classes, sports that that you can take here with us. Most of it is, as we mentioned, your general program of study. So you have the humanities and fine arts, selected, the English comps, the Western Civs. You have your music appreciation, art appreciation, and your electives that we'll offer. But we will have a few science classes, to meet that concentration. All that preparation to get you ready to go to your 4-year college. And Mark, and you mentioned the resumes. I'll be coming to y'all's college fair again up here in a few weeks. And every year I come back from y'all's college fair, I got a stack of resumes, and it's usually that high. So kudos to y'all for helping your students get those resumes together.
September 21st.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned band as well, and band offers some really great scholarships to students as well. Some even full tuition and fees, all in room and board sometimes. So that's always a great opportunity if she wants to join the Hinds band as well.
Yeah, and that's what I tell these kids, you can still be a part, if you really enjoyed that in high school, you don't have to be a music major. You can still get scholarship money to still be in the band or the choir, or I know I actually went and saw the Dance of the Lion King there with some former students that were doing it, and the dance group was great, and they were getting a little scholarship money. So, you can do fun things that can save you money while you're still enjoying college.
Absolutely.
This is a question from Michaela Davis. She's one of our volleyball players here. And she asked, what do students say they like the most about Hinds?
Probably the amount of resources that we can offer a student. I think the biggest thing that makes Hinds stand out against other community colleges in the state is the fact that we have a caring campus. We are here, right? You can see us, you can put a face to a name, you can always contact us with questions. But even beyond us, we have our disability support services for students who want to self-identify and maybe need some additional accommodations. We have a handful of student organizations and clubs that can get involved in. We have writing centers, math labs, student success and student engagement centers across our campuses. Every single campus has a tech nest, and it's literally just a room with big screens in it. To set a studying stage for students to get together either individually or in a large group. And we offer a lot of these with all of our campuses. So I think it's our resources. Quite honestly, we hear students transferring to Hinds from other community colleges and even sometimes universities. They're like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize that Hinds offers so much. I mean, even beyond that, if you're struggling outside of here with housing or your light bill, we have a single stop service that can help students find a daycare for their kids if they have any. They can help them with housing needs, electricity, gas, things of that nature. And then internally, we have our skills to work department, which is a wonderful opportunity, especially for students if they are SNAP eligible, to get some additional career tech tuition assistance. Right, we're talking about excellent grants here. That's kind of like on the internal inside Hinds. And then we our Jackson campus. So our Rankin campus, has the Rankin County Wind Job Center.
on campus. And so there's something through WIOA, where students can get career technical assistance that second semester that they're in. So my answer is really gonna be the resources and the opportunities, and Hinds is a truly a caring campus, caring college, because we are one college across our 6 campuses.
That's right. That's right.
I agree. All right, just got one more, because we're almost out of time, but I got one more. This is Catherine Johnson, and she asks, what would be the biggest tip that you give seniors getting ready to go to college?
Honestly, it is, and we used to do this, I don't know if we'll do it this year, but we used to have a senior timeline. And it's honestly just making sure you are planning out and don't miss those really important deadlines coming up. Because, you know, once you're here, you're here. But you gotta do the hard work before you get here. So throughout your senior year, you know, it's staying up to date on like that foundation scholarship deadline, or when the FAFSA opens for financial aid.
December 1st.
December 1st, the FAFSA opens December 1st.
That's right.
December
Yeah.
1st.
And the Mississippi aid opens October 1st.
Yes, correct.
And so I would just say apply for as many things as possible, ask questions, yeah, visit campus, come for a tour, see which campus you want to be on, and, you know, I mean, that's really,
Yeah,
Ask all the questions.
ask all the
Ask
questions,
all the questions. Leave no question unasked.
and don't be afraid to ask questions,
Right.
because we can't help you if we don't know.
We have so
Absolutely.
many recruiting events across all of our campuses throughout the year. You know, we have Thursday Night Lights, it's coming up on September 21st. For those high school seniors and even their parents to come. It starts at 4:30, I believe, 4:30. And you can kind of see what game night's like, right? It's a tailgate type recruitment event. We have Raymond Preview Day, which is the beginning of February. We have a Nursing Allied Showcase, which is September 7th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on our Nursing Allied campus. I know that we usually have a lot of your seniors' contact information and our seniors, juniors. We email them this, but they can always look on our website. Come to a recruiting event. Come to campus when students are on campus.
Yes.
And again, like I can promise you, when you come to Hinds, you're gonna feel like you've made it home. And we want
That's
you
awesome.
to go for those other campuses as well, because how do you know if Hinds really is gonna be that fit for you? We know that it'd be great for you. You know, but even if it's not Hinds, come tour those campuses. See what their campus is like and their campus culture is like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're almost out of time, and as always, we thank you guys for joining us. Just you're doing so many great things on all this campuses, so many great programs that I really hope our young people will take the time to at least check out and see what the best fit is, like you said. But tell us what that website is and where they need to go to see all this.
All right, you can go to www.hindscc.edu. We have a lot of different pieces of information there that you can go to. Check out our pathways, how to visit us, see all of our different locations that we have. You can see our athletics. If you're into any of the sports, you can see how the teams are doing throughout the year. hindscc.edu.
Well, I appreciate it, my man. It's always good to see you guys, and I will see you guys September 21st here at Belmont Jackson. But as always, my buddies from Hinds Community College. Talk to you guys soon.
All right, thank you.
bye.
See ya.